I really want Fnatic to hit the ground running here, man. I want to see, I want to see my guy Mezzi out there on the field, just laying it all out there. Let's go. Brolin with the dual Berettas, but he's all the way over at B. And guess what? Fnatic, they're at A.
Oh boy, Hampus gonna let him in. They're already in the site. Knock, who's there? It's Roy with the entry. Rez catches him falling, and Roy hits him in the face. Lays down that long pipe on the A site, and the bomb gets planted as a result. 5-on-3. And it's a save.
Convincing start.
Indeed.
Much like the mics, Fnatic looking hot. Roy with the double opener.
Yes.
And now Nip gonna go save.
This is definitely a spicy game, right? I think, you know, as say coming into it from Heku, talking to Hampus, 3-0 in the RMR for the newfound, new-led Alexi B Nip. And exciting to see now that we're going to have some more data on this roster. We don't really know what to expect. And, you know, we always say, oh yeah, coming in as a legend team from the RMR, you already don't have a lot of data to go with. Well, especially when you've only got 3 matches played on the roster. So, exciting times for NIP fans. At least from those games in the RMR, we saw that Hampus was crazy, man. He was unleashed on those T sides, doing a lot of great work. So, that's reassuring. However, Fnatic fast up the banana into round 2 as we've got NIP on a force buy of their own. Brolin on the SMG. Plenty of smokes dropped over for later. Gonna keep this B site replenished with utility. Might be forcing Fnatic to run through it eventually. We'll see how long NIP hold on to this util.
Triple B. Well, it looked like it was going to get dissolved there. Alexi started to rotate away. He's actually decided to hang about. Re-smoking, re-naded, and throwing in a bit of util over towards Banana while Fnatic is setting up for this A hit. Now, there is aggression through the apartments. S-tag. That would have been the fight that could have started something. Instead, that was the beginning of the end, at least in this round. NIP, they will go no further. They will have to save. And Alexi, all that's left to do is look good and get out of there.
Well, he certainly got the first. And it seems like NIP have the second. Fnatic are not running this one down. They'll keep their guns standing and allow NIP to get away with the little they have. Average Inferno experience. Good bit of waiting. But it's all going to be worth it in the end when we get to see what NIP can bring into their gun round. One more eco before that fact. For Fnatic, pressure definitely on this team who just clinched their way through the challenger stage. 3-2, taking down 9Z in their final matchup. And what was a couple of very close maps as well. Straight up banana.
Dodging nades. Good maneuverability. Alexi flashed through, tried to re-aggro. Doesn't want to hang around there forever. Doesn't want to get churned up by these SMGs or rifles as Fnatic move back in. Nikados, nice. Shoots the molly over to Mezzi. Now, as he shot the Nikodos shot the molly over. Fnatic ready to have a good time. Molotov's going to burn out the man oranges and backside, but Alexi will pick up the first. Trades found immediately as the IGLs clash towards the back of the bomb site, and we end up in this 4-on-4. Nipper here, they're going to give it a look in. Yeah. They're buying up next round anyway. So let's see what they can do. This little flank from Brolin up through Banana.
Oof.
Might be able to find a timing.
Only way you would win this round is if you had a flash, right? You pop through the smoke, you catch a couple of players blind, and it steamrolls.
It looks like they're just playing for damage.
Yeah, getting some guns. You'd love to rob an AK at the end. Good kill for Rez, still unwinnable. And Krim spams him back through. Over the top, Hampus, watch out. Mezzi will probably die in the sight now. Brolin, oh boy! Killed by his former teammate. Don't know how the hell Crims wins that one. Still plugging in the mag. And they're going to run right at them. They won't even go for Mezzi's gun. Both these mid players will die to the bomb, and Fnatic will make it out with at least 2 guns. Could have gone a lot worse. 3-0 on the board, but the game begins now. The AWP, the big question. Where's it going? Rez wields it. And that's a good factor as well to think about, right? Not just what has Alexi B changed coming into this team and you know, how free is Hampus on T sides, but also this AWP and the constant questions that have rumorated inside of this NIP team, especially since the sale of Device. The guarantee that one of these players will be running it for the time being. Nikodos, destroyed by nades and Banana, has to give it up. Alexi can spam his way through. This is a very decisive opening gun round for NIP to take this much space. Re-smoked as well. Fnatic cordoned out by yellow tape.
Oh, Rez. With his AWP. Flashed off the angle, tried his hand at the no-scope.
Give it a go.
Really just praying that something connected there. S-Tag's going to have to flick into Boiler. Nikodos.
His knife's
out. His knife's out, the madman.
No,
okay, no, he's back on the gun now. Back on the gun now. And S-Tag will flick to him, dealing with the man in Boiler. Plant inside of the A site. A bit of a weird fight going down in alt mid as well, and Fash is accounted for. I really can't believe that S-Tag goes looking there. Yeah. But he has found him, he has flushed him out, and now tip the scales in favor of NIP. Grouping over towards short. Gonna have these CTs looking to move up the short side and have one man splitting in from long.
These retakes are so hard, but the first kill does come through. Spray look good, but can't convert to Hampus. Brolin jumping over the top. Mezzi, they're both low. It's his on a plate. Shout out, my boy. Full English on the line. Fnatic find 4.
Beautiful. I can hear the anthem playing now. Mezzi arrives on the scene with a big 1v3.
Done Elizabeth proud with that one, I think. Yeah, I'm getting hyped as well. Steamrolling right now off Fnatic out of the gates. Putting it back to pistols and already forced the first time out as well. DJL playing a bit of Sudoku. Or maybe it's noughts and crosses.
Having a bit of a talk down the line. You know, still some things you'd want to iron out there, right? Mezzi having a 1v3. It was pretty that he was able to pull it off, but really not how Fnatic wanted that round to go. Wasn't how they envisioned it at all. I kind of wanted to know like what this intention was of like the Nikodos Fasher late lurk through Boiler and Apartments. It would have been a really nifty little late backstab to have. It felt like a kind of delayed bait and switch to care the flank. With the added option, you know, that Fasher does just come in late and catch like 3 players with their back turn. Look at all these smokes.
Rolling away. Oh, nice. Pin saved it. God, yeah, that is a lot of util, and it's all on this B side right now, apart from Rez.
Crazy idea. But theory crafting something. The smokes are normally dropped in the same place. Could you come up with a nade that goes over and displaces all of those nades?
Surely.
Like scatters them.
I mean, you could easily throw a nade into CT, right?
Could be legit.
You just have to know, yeah, you'd have to know about it. It would be like the Doja of utility, but like instead of throwing it at people, throwing it at nades.
Yeah.
Scattering.
You know, we mastered bowling as a species. So
that's true.
That's
one of our great accomplishments as a species. We've mastered the sport of throwing a ball at pins. And that's all that is, Harry. Glorified bowling.
Oh, that re-smoke's big. Now, there is another smoke. Alexei's crossing to go and get it. But
oh, they don't care.
Yeah, they're going to come through this. Alexei's set up in the pool, but this ain't going to go swimmingly. Going to have to pop off with the 5-7 dodge. Flashes, there's one. Nice turn, but oh, that second flash is good. Crim's left him blind. Nika does into the spawn, taking heads off. 2 on the Arabesque. Solid gold from Nikadoz's spawn push. Will get found eventually. Don't want to give Nip away back in. That gun's retrievable, and if they do get their hands on it, it might just be more tempting to save. Get out with the bag, as it were.
Yeah, they will shuffle that AK out of there. Essetag's going to try and grab another gun, fight his way out. Keep that money low. The later he makes this play, the better it is as well. He's thrown another smoke, 2 of them in. Try and give himself some room, but they're already running away. Oh, that might be enough to Roy. Essetag got an AK while he ran into pool as well, but everyone will escape, I think. Safety ensured by Fnatic. But as far as eco rounds go for Nip, bunch of smokes, bit of armor, some pistols. They get out with 2 AKs, so they're going to be happy with that. Build up those finances early. They still need to get on the board right now. Fnatic, a very strong start on their T side. And that is going to be more of the question in this series, right? Especially for Nip, on how these T sides will look. We won't find out for a while. Rez on an AWP. Last time was blinded and removed immediately. This time, aggressive in the apartments, trying to take matters into his own hands.
Yeah, Essetag's also taking Boiler. Fnatic are going to have to check for this, and they don't. They bypass it. Crims is going to weather the storm and deal with the point man. And now, down in the pit, it's Rez with this AWP. He needs to hit some shots here. He needs to do something. That chicken gets brushed aside, blowing out the water, but now he needs to make a meal out of, can't make a meal out of this. They're in the smoke with him. There's a molly down, and they will spam him out. It's very chaotic. It's all over the place. Nip left saving, out of there, yet to find the CT round, yet to really make it then. This is very, very flat to open up.
Yeah, I do feel for Rez in these rounds. I think about his 2 AWP rounds, right? He was on default boxes, he gets flashed, and he immediately gets killed. Right there, he smokes himself off. That's not really the, you know, it's probably his best play there, but that's not really the spot to be smoking yourself off with an AWP as well. Very hard to play the one way, and they're coming from long side, so he's trying to take this really awkward, you know, looking up into graveyard angle, I mean, and then gets dropped on.
That comes with the territory as well, obviously, right? Like with Essetag dying so quickly in mid, and then like the third guy trying to rotate over in Hampus getting like smoked off at Arch. He doesn't, you know, Rez has like no options there. Essentially, what's been put onto him is like, okay, you need to have, you know, like one of the best plays you've ever made, you'd have to make right now if you want to win this round, because you're getting sandwiched. You are surrounded. They're coming up short. They might be in the apartments. They're wrapping you long. They're in the graveyard. They're in the site. Oh, they're mollying you. They're nading you. There's flashes coming in. Like, what a horrible place to exist in. I think really the fact that he even gets one out of it is borderline impressive. So, yeah, I don't really think you could have asked for much more from Rez. Just a bit of a shame that in both of these A-play rounds, it's been a double defense and that's it. They haven't had the stopping power to slow down these Fnatic A-plays.
Early triple B, and they rotate Rez out with that AWP. He's dropped all his nades down Banana, but look at the room Roy has made. Up in the house, pitched to 10. Squatters' rights for Roy. And nades traded either which way. Roy ready, but he won't jump out. He's forced a smoke out of Essetag. He's already forced a lot of Utah out of this B play as well, have Fnatic. So Nip, a minute on the clock, and for a team that so far has been holding on to a lot of smokes in these pre-plants, they are out of most. That being said, Rez now on a really good angle to play this AWP for a change. He's sat long side. Fnatic should have a flash before they face this. So it's up to Rez, if that's the case, to decide whether to duck out or reface. Mezzi was about to line up a long smoke too, I'd imagine. I mean, Nikodos, that's Library and Archway. Into Rez they go. He's got a chance.
Yeah, finally going to be in the right place to get involved. Oh,
Actually,
no, he's not. They're going apartments. They throw the smokes as though they're going to go long, and now they take apps. They've dealt with S-Tag and Pit. Rez is like, come on! You've thrown the lineup to take this real estate. You've thrown the lineup to come this way, and he waits there forever for someone to fight him. Fnatic don't, and that forces a save out of NIP.
Whether it's purpose or not, they are perfectly countering this AWP. They are shutting it out of every single round. And hey, maybe they learn after, you know, losing to Shiro in that awful Inferno game to open up, right? Where he was everywhere they went. Fnatic have figured it out. They've shut down this orb in every round it's existed.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, you know, with like Rez still being like new to the big green, it's one of these things where I think it's kind of perfect. You know, you're going to have him in his head a bit. He's going to be kind of second guessing a lot of the decisions he's going to make now, because everything he's decided thus far in this game, and we're 7 rounds in, every time he's had an orb, it feels like he's been on like the wrong side of the read or the wrong side of the fight, or just hard countered by the opposition.
Yeah.
And you know, like for a very experienced AWPer, there's kind of things you could draw upon there. For someone who is a little greener to it, you know, you might start to have doubts, and you can't have doubts when you're fielding the biggest, best gun in the server.
Bloody hell, look what's going on the mainstream. No plan there. It's into double overtime, I think, between Vitality and NAVI.
It is at 21-19 right now.
Oh, crazy. That's on the other stream.
Look at this, the technology there to bring you 2 streams at once in one.
Yeah, why need 2 monitors when we've got both streams on the same? Watch 4 streams at once. That's 8 games.
That's 8 games.
That's 2 monitors. That's maths.
That's 16 teams.
Yeah.
You know, of course, that would be how many
32
players,
casters.
Hugo? 80 players, of course.
Yeah,
you
of course.
Fight, get there in time.
You're welcome. I also like with that round, it was well cool because they go apps early and they put the pressure on the pit player by nading him, and it forces all his util out, and so when they eventually do go for the real apps pop, there's no counter there for Nib. Fnatic, you know, these aren't lucky calls, they are setting these up very well. Despite that, Nib have had banana in a lot of these rounds. Rez, finally, he takes Roy out of apps. Not the first time he's routed that way. So Rez gives us a 5-on-4, and with that, Brolin abandons banana. Nip take their advantage, and they don't want to waste it. Into the bomb site they go. Actually, they reface right down B with no flash. Nip may be feeling it, but these are dangerous decisions. Alexi's are left alone with all the util. Fnatic going to have to break back into banana before they do anything.
He's been left over here towards B, but over time this AWP has shuffled over. This is a nice bit of mobility from Rez, and it feels like, you know, this could be his way to get back in. They just saw that AWP over at A, and now it's fighting them again at banana. It's been a non-factor up until this round, and so now that it's caused you some problems, we get to see, well, how will Fnatic respond to this? As you pointed out, it was the B AWP of Shiro here the other day that caused them a boatload of problems in this B site. Can Rez replicate that? As he's got to back off, play this at dark, and try to win it with the AW. Yeah. 3rd in the round, Nikodos knocked out of it, and Rez is on for the ace. Gonna find them all. Fnatic sent packing, and Rez is back in the game.
Oh, we were waiting for it. We were waiting, Harry. After all those rounds of shutdowns and avoidance, Rez steps up big. And I love that that position change as well. He doesn't go to coffins like a lot of players would to get smoked off and give up the bomb site, even though that would be perfectly viable with his team coming in for retake. No, he just sets up dark and destroys Fnatic. Shreds him limb from limb. He also knows they don't have time to set up the dark molly. They've got to run because they're trying to chase him. They know he's a solo warp. That works perfectly for Rez. All right, Fnatic get a flashback to Cloud9 all over again, but they have come in a lot hotter off the top this time. Let's see if they can keep it moving, keep it grooving. 7-1, a bump in the road. Fnatic got to buckle their belts.
Double A set up again from Nip to facilitate this early triple B. Oh, Renegades burning, has to extinguish that, and that's going to cause this. But oh, the double nade, that's the thing of beauty. Brolin and Alexi chain those together. Fnatic, they want this trade. Fasha's coming through. Messi. Smoke spam. Rolling out of the round, and Alexi even tagged up by that Molotov from just moments ago. Rez gonna trade places. Even drops his util as a bit of a parting gift. Are they just gonna leave him to hold this side of the map alone with the AWP? That's all well and good, but a part of me wonders, was it worth giving all his util over? You know, even having like a molly here would be perfect. It might never come to matter as Fnatic will decide to group and hit this A side of the map.
Yeah, they were grouping off of just Roy's presence. He was so deep already, but he dies the second they get here. Oh, the molly doesn't go out, and the flash does land, but S-Tag holds strong. Alexi B trying to run a rotate to get back in the bomb site. Fasha hears him and chases him through the smoke. Where are they going now? 30 seconds back to B, perhaps? This is heard every step they make. But it will be a fake out.
Even those footsteps have like changed the nature of the round. Rez was about to rotate over. Now he's paranoid. What if they're sneaking down mid? What if they found this gap to come in with a B play? It is still A, and a 2v2 open. If you can win this fight to pit, that's a huge way in. But with it not happening, Hampus farms up the other two. 3 in the round for him, and a second on the board for NIP. That's more like it. And I like that realization from Alexi. He kind of calls their bluff on the B play. It trusts Rez with the AWP. The utility thing stuck out to me in the moment, but they end up winning the round. When all's said and done, that's what matters.
All right, Nip waking up now. Took some rounds. Get that ring rust off them. They're building back with 4 on B this time. Alexi holding a flash to set him up as they dump util right down Banana. Fasha going to go through the smoke. And already Nip have abandoned post. 2 still here. Caught with nades. Brolin was not ready. No one was ready. Double entry for Fasha. His team molly burns him down to 1 health. But he does not perish in the flames. Fnatic take B.
They're not even ready for him being this deep. Like Hampus. Bro, you've really misread the situation here. Fasha. He's not giving you respect today, boys. He's running right at you. That's like a vintage Fasha round here on Inferno. That's the kind of things he would get away with in that old Ecstatic team, right? That's kind of the brand of Counter-Strike we would be used to seeing from him under the leadership of Bird from Sky. Fasha was a real menace on this map, in particular his ability to just do exactly that, accelerate the pace on a banana play. When he's got the spawn for it, he's normally good for it. And that is a pretty devastating item in the toolkit of Fnatic that they're able to pull up with. They're even hunting now, by the way, and if they remove these guns, that's pretty devastating for Nip, as you never even attempted the round, and you might get out with naught. Crims, will he find them?
Oh, he could go. He could go last second. He takes a little wiggle, but Nip will still hold on to their guns. Still, this is a fantastic T-side for Fnatic 8. And that molly comes down, and suddenly the expectation is it stopped Fnatic in their tracks, but because Fasha was so close to the wall, he just has to go. It's go back or go forward. Picks the right option, catches Brolin with nades out. Double entry, turn it into a 3rd. That's a round on Inferno. Back up Banana. This has been the battle all game long. Brolin, lovely flash from behind. He peeks, he gets him all blind, but he can't finish the kill. Mezzi going to repop his team back in. Nikados wants to smoke the molly. This is a mess right now, and he gets the entry with the AK. Alexi trapped on the right side. Nikados goes through and finds 2.
That's crazy. I mean, yeah. It is just the same round again. A different guy in the limelight. Nikados, his time to shine now. Rez playing up close to the smoke, hoping, praying that this spam connects. It will not, and that will seal the deal on the round. If you didn't learn it in the last one, we've repeated it for you here. Sometimes those 2 or 3 B kills is enough to just write that round off.
Sometimes it can be 1. I mean, you know, 1 kill in the right place at the right time, and then actually being proactive off the back of it is so effective. And Fnatic, you know, a lot of teams will get picks and they won't push off of them, but because you're getting 2 in seconds, both players are fighting at top car, there is no reason to slow down and pull the pace apart.
I gotta say as well, like the kind of synergy between Brolin and Alexi right now just feels like borderline non-existent. It's been very, very rough for them over here towards top banana. There isn't a lot that's been complimentary about it. They're both kind of having a pretty bad go at it right now. Need one of them to get switched back on. You cannot have your B hold 3 kills deep as we rage into the end of this first half. It is just that simple, really. You know, if B is this free for Fnatic to go and take, if you're hinging on Rez being this rotate player, having to, you know, multi-kill rounds to save the B site, it's just not sustainable. Yeah, it worked for Cloud9, but it's not working at all in the same way here for NIP.
Yeah.
Shiro had to finish that game, almost 40 kills deep, and even then, they still ended up losing.
And NIP don't have that standout player yet. Sure, the Rez ace was nice, but difficult to reproduce. Maybe we'll see NIP either double down on the banana takes, which were working. Like when they've actually pushed the logs, when they've taken a lot of space with 8 cheese as well, they've had it. But if it's not that, then he's going to have to be giving up car and retaking it late in the round, trying to use these molly smoke combos over the wall. They're going to send Rez there. He's got the spawn. Go for it, bud. Full send. Get that pick. He's got it. Lovely stuff. The first spawn for Fnatic is Mezzi this time around, and he can't repeat what Fasher and Nikodos just did. Spotted by Alexi. They know Nikodos is close. Oh, under the smoke.
That's the bomb.
And that's the bomb, indeed. Bit of a mistake here for Fnatic. Now they have to commit whether they like it or not. NIP are fine to give it away. They've won the nade fight. A 2-man advantage. Lots of damage from utility, and they can still hold on.
All right, Crims.
Hello.
All right, Crims. Oh, that fight. If that comes through, if that, you know, softened up the A play, this could still be a Fnatic round. Instead, it's more of an early warning system to NIP that this bomb has not only been retrieved, but it was trying to come back and join up with Crims, who was super deep at the A bomb site. And so now NIP are 3 strong here, right? That puts them in an even odds bout. Just in terms of the numbers, in terms of the util, in terms of the crossfires, they're looking even better than that. And so Hampus should have this locked in. Not too worried about it. Yeah. And there's that util we talk about just to seal the deal on the round. NIP, that's more like it.
Solid hold. Solid fight to Banana. Even that corner smoke was perfect. Alexi's just over the top of it.
And also, you know, I think there for Fnatic, that was maybe... you know, almost like overconfidence coming through. You kind of gotten away with complete murder towards the top of Banana. I don't think normally you would have had Nikodos pushing up to Sandbags with the bomb on his back like that, right? Like, that's something that kind of comes with the territory of just round after round multi-killing over towards that B side of the map and kind of believing that you've got a serious edge over your opponents there. Now, Fnatic might look to go back to something a little more standard.
When you're having that much success on a bomb site, off of playing out of spawns, you don't stop till you get stopped. Yeah. Because why would you? Why let your foot off the gas until you're out of gas, Harry? And finally, NIP show, okay, we know what's coming. We can defend against it. You can't do it again. And Fnatic go, fine, we've already got 9 rounds. Let's start slow defaulting. Let's start playing more standard, and we'll just be fine. They can lob their mollies up B. They can take some logs, and they can chill out. Let NIP use their smokes. There's that half smoke down at the logs, but if Fnatic want, they can climb over it. Likely to get spammed, though. Roy working mid. Orb in boiler. Unorthodox. Hampus underneath knocks down Roy, and Crimson's still here to try and get that trade. Oh, there's a B pick, and we know what happens when they get a B pick. There is no one in the bomb site. Alexi B went back to spawn to rotate, but Brolin 1 and 7 has fallen yet again. Nikodos is already in. Can Alexi do anything about this? Trying to smoke off the choke point. Hits a molly. He has a nade, but it's Mezzi at full health who will get this plant down. It's not going to kill him. Sure, damage is nice. But a 4-on-4, NIP have to make up their mind.
Oh, and Crims. Oh, Crims, all right. This could be exciting. This could be a good Crims moment on a big wrap round. What he will need is his teammates to hold the line and actually stay alive. Oh, he had to jump the gun on his fight. Rez tagged down a half shore, but now Crims has got to get a move on. His teammates are getting melted inside of the site. Nikodos with the spray gets them off the bomb, but Crims has got to win it from his flank. The AWP makes it onto the bomb, and Rez is sticking it. Who's faster? It's the fingers of Rez. No! Crims is the one to get it. Just getting him off that bomb with seconds, milliseconds to spare.
What a save.
So close for Rez, but yeah, it's Crims who deserves all the glory in moments like that. Insane. You are playing with some fine margins in that moment. So much could go wrong. You have to run. You have to run to get him off the bomb. And in doing so, if that was a fake, that would have been a free kill. That could have been the round for Nip. But Crims delivers. Yeah. Huge. It was just so decisive, you know, like didn't second guess himself, didn't think he would get him off the bomb by running up on him.
Oh, I like that. And prop 2 run boost to get Rez out. Takes a deep peek off the boost. Roy's even in boiler already. He's about to activate. I love the pace that Roy sets up in apartments. You know, he's peeking into pit from balcony the first 30 seconds of most rounds. Now he's in boiler. Won't do anything with it. But this is a 10-round T-side. Whatever Fnatic get on top is just the cherry. Not required, but that little bit sweeter. They're going for a BX sec, however. Roy now on the lurk instead of Crims. Meaning they could always come back. Flashed in, but Vasher waited for it. Here's the AWP. No way you multi-kill unless they line up. He takes one, they chase him down. Alexi gets the spam off instead. As the smoke blooms, the captain saves Nip. 2 kills. That was about to go very, very wrong with that opening kill onto Brolin, who gets sold down the river, but still, Nip deliver. And Rez waits with the smoke in his face. 30 seconds, Fnatic. If they want to wait, it's going to cost them.
Alexi, I mean, even one here is great.
How?
Oh,
how?
What?
What's he made of?
How's he done that, Alexi? Oh, that's not how it's meant to work. The bullet just like went straight through him. A ghoul, a ghost. And he's in the nightmares of Roy and the boys at the top of Banana there. My word.
That's a shocker. I mean, that's a, I don't know how he lives there.
Like, fair play to Roy.
Yeah.
Like, literally,
He's
you
like,
just
I've checked
it. Yeah.
I've checked it. There's no one here. I can walk through this smoke.
Even double checked it. Even double tapped it. That's like what? The first rule of Zombieland?
Oh, another run boost attempt. Nip always get cheeky with that. Oh, Roland finally gets a second kill. It's going to be Alexi B yet again, needing to spray down this play. They'll have to stop for a second, smoke the molly. There's no smoke in CT. It will go in on the fly with a volley of flashes. Alexi blinded, hiding inside the smoke. They are climbing over the top. Forget Zombieland, it's World War Z. They are just crawling up the walls right now. Oh, there's a spam from Hampus instead. And Fnatic have really been cordoned off in this round by the utility. They blind themselves, they blind the opponents, and finally the mollies send their signals back the other way. Rez, woken up in the last few rounds, easy kill, gonna take it, sees a second get through as well, and Rez is quick to click. At the end of the half, it's only Nikodos.
Tap on the bomb, hope that was gonna give him a fight, but now they know. Now they know he's poising to try and remove someone from the ranks. Oh, just looking away from Arch at the wrong time, and Hampus.
He's given the P250. They know what he can do. Set up for success. No kit for Fnatic. And so gambles are even more risky. Double long setup. If Nip bypass, if they pull a classic Alexi, apps pop, I'm sure something we'll see today in this game. And that's probably the round off positions alone. Up Hampus goes. I hope to see this guy unleashed. He can be a very aggressive rifler on T-halves. And that's what we were really seeing back at the RMR in the debut games for the Alexi-led Nip squad. But patient now. However, this will inevitably be an A play. The question is, do Fnatic figure it out first? Flashed down Banana. Nip hear that. They know in the back of their minds that the info now is deteriorating, and Fnatic are realizing what's going on.
Oh, clean for Brolin, trying to turn around and deal with the banana flag, but now he's been forced into the crossfire. Still, his teammates are inside of the site. That's a juicy little nade going in. Gonna tag up Rez, but look at Alexi. Oh, damn. All right, waiting around over here in alt mid. He's gonna try and come in on a big old backstab. We saw Fasher attempt something similar. Now it's Alexi's turn. Will he be needed? Let's find out, because Rez and S-Tag taking heads off Mezzy with a reply, but look at Alexi B still coming through the apartments for Crims. He don't know where to look. 1v3, and they are all around him, literally. And there we are. Alexi will finish the job. It's 6 on the board for NIP. And something I thought you'd find a little interesting here, Hugo, is even heading into that pistol round right there, NIP actually have more kills than everyone on Fnatic. Come on, like, you know, like the two teams, the totals, lean in favor of NIP, despite the scoreline being so one-sided. That just shows the save meta here on Inferno.
Take a breath, and I was going to say, yeah, that shouldn't be surprising, given how many rounds there were double entries for Fnatic, and NIP would just run away and go like, yeah, have the site, we are not interested. NIP playing for exit, etc. So, nice pistol round to maybe squeeze a bit more life out of this game, but Mezzy wants to end it early. Force buy for Fnatic, but NIP on full rifles at least now.
Ooh.
Got an old Maggie.
What do you make of this?
Old Magster. Up in the apartments. Perfect position for it, but one that may be averted and avoided. NIP move up mid silent. I love this call. No util, no announcement, no knowledge. They don't know. NIP could just plant A. They obviously will have to clear a lot more before they do. Presumably, players in pit and grave at the back of the site, but NIP have just bypassed this round. They've won it. There should be no way that Fnatic can get their foot in the door. Who clears it like this?
Okay. Well, they won't be ready for the...
yeah, they will.
Oh, they are. Or are they?
And
Campus. Love the nade. But it's a bit of a weird one. And, like, retaking with the Mag 7 out of the apartments. Now, best thing might be just to book it with the Maggie. Of course, the baby from The Simpsons. So NIP on to 7. They find that conversion. It's a save call for Fnatic in a very weird round that just transpired.
Yeah. Quite a read here from NIP. Both pistols completely counter Fnatic's triple B setup. And this time their apps stack. NIP get out with almost all the guns. So 7 rounds, but Fnatic still get another force buy-in back-to-back rounds without spending a penny. Easy job for our EVS operator because there was only 1 kill. Nice and quick. Can't get that wrong. And NIP, nothing wrong so far on this T side. Gonna go take Banana. Fash is there solo. He's got a stack of nades similar to Alexi's CT half. And we'll even be calling for Crims with a 3rd. They never heard the mag.
That's true.
Fire.
Ooh, Roy. But he's got to pick the right side.
Old Roseth here.
Ooh,
yeah, give me.
All right, Hampus dead. Galil now retrieved. Going to switch off the Mag 7 onto something a little more refined.
Nikados through the smoke. This is crazy. They're back turns.
They're not holding that.
Mezzy's taking the kill. That's from app side. Roy could, Nikados rather, could still go through, but they are holding this time around. Second player along, tucked in as well. They've also got to deal with Mezzy on short, looking for more deeks. Round the corner, they duck the shot. Nice kill from Brolin. The rifle is here, though, and it's kicking up a storm. Shot in the back is S-Tag. Brolin, he's been quiet. He's got to be loud, and he's got to save the day.
Yeah, gets it down to the 1v2 and gives himself the plant, but he's getting sandwiched, right? He's boxed into the bomb site. He's got no choice but to just play wherever he's ended up on top of Cold is the best place he can get to. Real slow from Fnatic on this one. Through the apartments for Fasha. Brolin, will he be ready for this? That shot rails past him. Oh, it's close. Oh, it's close. And now he tries to take that fight to Crims. Wrapped up through short. Brolin shut out by Fasha. And so while his old teammate pulls the attention away, Fasha came in with the killing blow. It's still going to be close. It's a very close defuse, but I think they've just got it. And there it is. 11 on the board for Fnatic. Crims really going to do Brolin like that.
Damn, that was so slow. Those feel horrible for Brolin as well. The longer it goes on, the more unknown the positions are. They could be anywhere. And that first player guaranteeing the spot keeps the pressure on. Brolin's just swiveling, looking left and right, but one kill from that Galil from Fasha will end it. And Fnatic win their second force. Nip's streak gets brought to a quick close. Orb down mid even for Renegades. Player late out of spawn, but across, missed shot. Renegades gets a second chance, but they're already coming up through ult mid anyway. Back on the long side where Rez had success in the couple of times he played this position, he's been smoked off. Very patient defaulting for Nip. They've been allowed banana, likely because it's the first gun round. Fnatic don't have the util, nor want to risk the stack on B. Common call is to see quick A early in the half. Rez, he gets that pick, and now Nip can move up with it.
Yeah, Crims playing up on the balcony. Oh, he just fake dropping.
Yeah.
That second little spam of bullets was to give the illusion that he's just covered the footsteps of dropping into the pit. Now, will Hampus fall for that? Okay, now he's dropped in for real. Smoke going over. That's to block off this AWP at Moto. Crims still putting up numbers. Low on ammo, but he taps Hampus out of the round. 3 from Crims. Oldie now going to be the Goldie. Arabesque down in the pit, and 4 out of 5. Crims does everything for Fnatic there. Brolin, the one to beat him. No love lost between two Swedish brothers now. It's Mezzi versus Brolin for this A-bomb site. Fasha here out through the library, and Mezzi will trade that. For the Vintage Fnatic members there, it's a damn good attempt from either side of the coin, but in the end, Crims and Mezzi take it over the line. And Fnatic move up onto 12.
Oh, what can Brolin do there, man? He fired the one bullet and he hit it, but immediately dead. And I love this. Crims has 5 bullets and he just bludgeons Hampus out of the sky, taps him until he finds that headshot. That's a great way to conserve your ammo. Gets the upgrade, finds one more. Beautiful round out of Crims. And he's top of the entire team right now. Second in the server to Rez. Great sign. Oh, Alexi, hello, bud. Nade should end him. That's a nice opening kill. Mezzi gonna make sure no one's taken that room that Alexi's just given over. Gonna be easy down banana against his pistols. Now nothing to play with. Even the AWP chimes in, and Nip back to the drawing board, back to the gun round in the next. This should be 13. Running out of room and running out of time on Nip to come awake on this T side. And even that force win for Fnatic severely delayed it. Okay, you'll take both those eco kills, but they will matter not unless Nip win a round. And it's got to be here and now, no time for later.
Yeah, and that's the long and short of it, really. You know, if they don't find success right now, there might never really be a time to recover. So we're going to extend this on with a pause. Going to try and build something up with a bit of a timeout. To cool that one. So because they know that they're in this position where you can just, you know, go for the jugular right now. This could be the killing blow already dealt rounds before the game officially ends. Leaving a lot of util in spawn. I like this little selection. That's 2 nades, 2 molotovs. Going to feel great to have access to those in a retake, right? Whether that's rotating over towards B, I think that's kind of what you're hoping for, because then you can use that utility to either kill or displace the bomb planter and try buy yourself a bit more time. Also, these guys at B can just, you know, come back to spawn for the pick and mix of utility that exists there, and we even have them juggling it over towards this B side of the map. Fnatic, they believe that this, if there ever was going to be a time, is the time for this B play. Oh, and they've got their house in order.
Yeah, Hampus dodges that molly somehow. But they will be still ending on this B bomb site, getting ready to execute now. Nikodos has moved into position as that 3rd man. Going to bring the AWP round coffin side. Now they absolutely should smoke this position, and they've even got some molotovs as well to burn up close, but they just pop in contact as well. No smokes down. Nikodos dies first. He was caught off guard, and it is a massacre. All at the hands of Brolin. 3 entry kills in an instant. Crims and Roy locked out by utility, and they experience how NIP's first half went in its entirety. B picks and a done deal. Nothing Fnatic can do about it. You know, earlier in the day, I said I wanted to keep track of the Legends teams versus the Challenger teams in terms of who would win the most matches today, right? Is it the warmed-up Challengers guys who just had to grind through 3 to 5 matches, or is it the, you know, more prepared but less warm and maybe even jet-lagged players who just got in recently? Right now, out of the game's finished, 3 to 3. It's balanced. This would push it over the line, of course, for Challengers if Fnatic were to win it. And we still have Furia versus ENCE about to go down on the mainstream as our final game of the first round. I think there's a world where Challengers win it here, or it could go 4-4, who knows. Let's see how this one goes. NIP are starting to come alive now in this T half at the end. Going to be a true test to dig deep in their opener.
Yeah, eco round first though, and just these saved guns left in it for Fnatic. Mezzy Deagle, I'll always say it, often just good for 1 kill in rounds like this, right? A very, very good low econ player, because his Deag is so nice.
He's known to Deag. Gonna wait those smokes first. The anti-mag 7 play from Hampus, getting his wall bangs off. One of the 2 rifles in the apartments, the other is on A. So this is a hopeful setup for Fnatic, considering NIP are going into both saved guns. Hampus's timing is everything, because they're going to get his attention on mid with all this util, but they're rerouting majority in through the apartments. Oh, Roy, no way he expects 3 players here. Oh, did he see it back?
Oh, he missed the time.
He missed it.
He missed the timing on that.
Oh, dear.
That's kind of crazy. They're all past him now, in through the apartments. Roy is currently boxed in. He doesn't know it, but the site's already getting lost. That came as a surprise to Crims, but Roy will respond. Oh, that's bad. That's 2 guns dropped over towards short. The alarm bells are going off for NIP. Guns now getting retrieved. It's still in play. Fnatic are very much in this round now. They group up on the short side there. Set up over towards long. They're ready. Smokes are down and in the way for now, but that util is gone once that smoke fades. They're even boosting up over the top of it. Brolin might get caught. Oh, the missed shot for Nikodos, but Fasha's going to make up for it with one of his own. S-Tag dead as Fasha moves up the short side. Hampus in the pit, dead to the Crims AWP, and Fnatic find it on a low econ round with 2 weapons in play.
Yeah, really only 1 weapon. It's Roy. My goodness, how can a round that goes so wrong go so right? He lets 3 players by him, and he's constantly checking his back as well. There's no way he's expecting everyone to have gotten through apps, but he double kills both mid portions, fully blinded. That's a team flash, actually. Rez full blind to Alexi in the kill feed. So that's even more awkward. He was just running backwards into the wall, and then Roy goes on to give guns to Fasha. Look what he does with them. Damn, this 1-2 punch of Roy Fasher has been a powerful piece to play with in this T side, in this entire map rather, especially in the T side. And now that's Nip dry of timeouts. 14-8, Fnatic here to end it before Nip even get competitive in this game.
Man, that's a real feel-good moment as well, because like Roy, you know, he had been struggling a tad, often kind of finds himself up towards the front, so can just be the case that happens. But a round like that, to have just pulled it out of a hat, essentially, you know, you're a flat-out magician there. Now Nikodos has this free AWP, tries to put it to use early. He has had a bit of a rough one as Nikodos. Haven't had that glorious round yet from him on the AWP. He's hoping this could be it. They are going to give him attention in mid. They're lining up a flash right now. Brolin is going to try and set up the rest of the gang to push up through middle. There's that util going in. The rest out through apartments. Bit of an Alexi classic as they try to go fast into this A-bomb site.
Yeah, they're all the way up long. They have a good amount of room. Got to get past this rifle and spawn though. Orb's got through. Nikodos, watch out. Reload coming in. He can spam with a deagle. He's got big ears, but he can't find this shot. Alexi B finishes the job. And now he can slow down, let his apps players come through. Mezzi's on a big rotation out from B. Roy in the pit. Not good for more than one. They drop in from above. Mezzi, does he want to risk the money for it? Already giving it up? Damn. Not tempted in at all. The numbers alone do it. And it's not like Fnatic have run out of money either. They're playing the long game. They're looking to later. And it's a respectable call, but very surprised to see Nip win that. Nikodos really getting bogged down on the long side. If he backed out Library, would have been fine. If he committed to A, would have had room.
No, I think every bone in his body, there was almost like frustration at like not getting the kill. You know, you've dedicated so much time to it. It's like he kind of just feels like at that point he has to keep going for it. And then when he's spammed by the MAC-10 down to, you know, like no health, he's in a really bad way. They're already coming out the apartments. They're already coming up short. He's locked in a fight that he doesn't want to be taking versus the worst gun in the round on someone who is like a bit prolific with the MAC-10. So yeah, you know, it's a bit of an ugly one. Nikodos is having a kind of rough go at it, as mentioned. You know, at that round, he even tried his hand at the opener. He even wanted to fight on his terms. And it went from bad to worse very, very quickly.
Yeah, nice delayed apps pop though. They actually don't rush it. They wait for long to get taken before anyone even filters out. And by the time Nikodos is dead, every pit player is looking long. Every site player is worrying about their back. Then suddenly they fall out the balcony. It's a little more delayed for Nip. It catches Fnatic off guard. Now Banana getting taken. Not seen much towards B on this T side. Oh, that's a nade.
Wow, that was from back B.
Yeah, that's a...
Ooh.
Yeah. Ouch.
That was so dead on, like so accurate. Millimeter precise from Mezzi.
Got the tractor out. That's set up Fnatic perfectly. Fasher, he's looking into the wall, but he can see a pixel. So when he sees him cross, he'll call for the smoke from Mezzi. And they'll make sure that they can maximize the efficiency of this util. Mezzi forced to throw his smoke as he gets blinded. Doesn't want to risk it. So it's a good bit of seeking utility for Nip. And it was all a fake out. It was all a ruse anyway. Forced a rotation of Crims. He won't hang around forever. Nip have a little window where if they pop into this A site, they might just get a 4-on-2. Crims' spidey senses tingling. Nikodos on long side. But Hampus is the main piece of the puzzle.
Time is going to be everything on his apartment side to this, but Roy down in pit, set up with a nice flash from Nikodos. Another missed shot out of the orb. They're getting ever closer, and Nikodos is dead instantly. He's having a very, very rough time. The flash set Roy up short, but he just couldn't get a beat on the short players. Fnatic, this is one of the better spots they've been in, so they want to give this a look in, and Hampus, with that flick, might have just stole this round away.
Careful.
Fasher going to try his hand at the trade, and to the same result, decapitated by Hampus.
That's probably the most enjoyable part of these T-sides, right? Like, Hampus just being the idea and maybe even the execution from what we saw in the RMR and a couple of rounds here. The freedom of Hampus now, relieved of his in-game leading duties, which is hilarious in the first place if you think about the story that Nip went through all that time ago, bringing in Hampus, replacing Lekro, who was playing great CS at the time in the first place, and the logic was, you know, bringing in Hampus allowed for a permanent in-game leader, whereas Lekro was more just a guy doing it there because it needed to be done.
Yeah.
And now he's off the roll, but he is fragging, so we'll give it to him.
Yeah, I started thinking about, you know, like the kind of chain of Nip IGLs that we've had in the various phases, you know, because we started speaking about like how Mezzi is a great Deagle player, and then I kind of cast my mind back to Lekro back when he was obviously the man at the helm. It's crazy to think
one of the best Deagers of all time.
Right, yeah, exactly. That's why I say it.
Even when we saw him in Dig, like, he was still... Yeah. We still saw him putting up a lot of nice numbers. So Lekro did get robbed a little bit, but that's fine.
So he was coming here to say, here we are.
Hey, you know, Nip did shoot up leaps and bounds when Hampus figured it out on top of this team. Had a decent 2021, all things considered. Had some LAN wins in there. Picked up Winter at the end of the year. But it is exciting seeing his newfound freedom on these T-sides. And right now, Nip are very much in this game.
Yeah, oh, yeah, hell yeah. If you're not worried, you should be. It's Crims with the hero gun, but he's over at B. And you'll note that NIP are poised for an apps pop. So, unless these site players just do something ridiculous, I'm talking Nikados multi-kill P250 from Pit, or Roy multi-killing on a USP. Oh my god, it might actually happen and they don't know about the Pitman. They don't know about him. Oh, Nikados.
Don't you dare.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
Oh my goodness. He's playing the trigger discipline. Each second that passes. Now he's blinded by Fury. They call him Chad Pitt. Look at him go. Lying in wait. Doing his own stunts. But oh god, he's botched the execution. It's another USP kill. The vanilla USPs are trying to do it for Fnatic. This isn't even the first time they've done it on Inferno. My god. Alexi, 1 versus 3. Nikados. Looking the wrong way. First kill found, but Alexi's gone. And the USPs do it for Fnatic. 15 on the board in what was essentially a full eco round. Crims's M4 never even gets involved. And as mentioned, craziest part is not even the first time they've won a full USP eco here on Inferno at this major.
Yeah, they stacked B with that tower against, was it Cloud9? And they won it with P2Ks and USPs. To think Roy went tap and got 2 headshots on the site. Fasha follows up 4 out of 5 kills with pistols, with default pistols, and that's...
I'm losing my mind. How do they do it? How do they do that?
I could feel Alexi's pain right then and there. Someone gift that. When you throw the pistols, that's how it feels. How do we lose these? Oh my god. Good luck digging yourself out.
It's just... It's just so unreasonable, like, because if it happens twice, there's a party that goes like, oh, they're not even just fluking their way to doing it. Crazy. Crazy. And now Fnatic are 1 round away.
My oh my. Nikados has still had some trouble, but he is not even in the picture in this round. He's solo B. And it looks like Nip wants to hit that A site, although the bomb's still back in mid, so always the option to bail. They're going to flash Brolin up top Banana to try and sell it on himself. It will pull Fasha back for a second. Nikados needs that kill. He can't get it. It will weaken the defense of that A site, but we still have 3 committed inside waiting for this wrap.
Yeah, they're going to try their hand at the A play again. But this time, there's something far worse than USPs waiting in the bomb site. I'll tell you that much. These crossfires are a thing of beauty, right? Crim's maybe a little vulnerable. They can drop on him, and they do exactly that. Messi also blowing out. Oh, my goodness. The site is overran in the final few seconds. They leave it down to the margins, but NIP do come up with the goods. Still alive in this one after all.
Yeah, you know, fair enough. You lose to that round. It's not easy to stay in the game by any means on a mental level. But, part of me almost wants Nikodos to play more aggressive. I guess, you know, when you lose your confidence, you don't want to be that guy throwing away man advantages. But right there, solo B. If he hits that one shot, we see Fnatic keep their 4-man A stack. And Nip run into it, and they probably lose the game. Just a chain of events. Nip hold on 4 rounds from overtime. You don't want to believe. It feels like a false prophet. It's absolutely attainable. Obviously, see no T-side AWPing in this game for Nip. That's to be expected for a team that doesn't really have that AWP identity, that allowed S-Tag to use it for a long time, then finally gave it to Rez in recent tournaments. Got that ace earlier on at least, but yeah, not keen to run on T-sides. Not a necessity by any means on a map like Inferno. But however, I am worried for like Nip's map pool, right? They haven't had a long time with this roster to build a 6-map pool with Alexi as captain. And on top of that, even if they have built a decent map pool, how available is that T-side orb? It's a lot to learn for Rez. There's a pick from Fasha. He has come alive in the last few rounds.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of wild because he has just had to. A lot of the time, you know, the impact he's trying to find is rotating, having a retake, you know. So in a lot of these rounds, he's just kind of been relegated to having a save. You know, we saw him have impact in the USP win. Some of these A retakes, he's been able to find his footing, but it's nice to see him get involved straight away when Alexi attempts to make something happen over here towards B. It's left NIP, man down, and quite the man of that. Alexi, not afraid to go in first, not afraid to lead the charge. Well, now that responsibility has got to fall to someone else, and he's got to call the winning strategy from beyond the grave. Watching on. Roy, volleyed out from short, but Nikodos, there we go. It's been a quiet game. Tried to go in for the third, and they might have bitten off more than they could chew. Crims is dead in the apartments. Fnatic, they went for it. They went for the throat. They went for the jugular. They thought this game was done, and now the battle rages on in a 2v2 retake. Sometimes you want it too much. Hampus at 1 point of health.
He knows.
If they don't check for him, they turn their, oh no, round in his hand. There it should have been, but oh boy, the turn from Fasha. And Rez has to do this in the 1v1.
Good spot. He's got the perfect position. This is his round on the plate. Fasha not looking likely to clear this, and he's going to sneak into the angle. Nip win a 2-on-4 to keep this game alive. You said it yourself, Fnatic wanted it too much. One swing too many, and they don't feel like mistakes in the moment. They feel like you're just on the groove. But it digs them their own grave, and Nip fight on 12 rounds. At no point in this match has it felt like Nip have control. At no point has it felt like they are winning this game. But they're still here, Harry. Fighting round by round. Pistols now for Fnatic. Good flash, right down Banana, but it doesn't matter. And this is essentially 13 guaranteed.
Yeah, Nikodos, the last line of defense at B. And well, with him now low. With Roy dead in the apartments, this one is going to be a clean one by the looks of things. Nikodos.
Ace or bust.
Dropping down into Brolin's crosshair, who's gone on a bit of a tear of his own here. The B entries belonging to this guy.
Think about that.
Quite the turnaround.
Yeah, what was he, 1 and 8? 1 and 9? Pretty slow start.
Yeah, I think that over-qualifies for a pretty slow start.
Yeah.
It was dire over towards B. It was really like Brolin was one of the problem pieces, like just identifiable from the numbers alone.
Fnatic went 7-0 up on their T side with almost only B plays, and they kept doing B plays till the half ended. So absolutely was a problem.
Now Crim's the kind of guy who would attempt a 10-second steal.
Doesn't have the kit though, and Nip are not that crazy.
Well, let's see. I mean, don't count your chickens
Nip
before they hatch.
are not that
Don't count
crazy.
the bomb before it explodes. You know? Don't count the round before it's over. That's all I'm saying. Because here he is walking in. Brims. I hope that could will it into existence. NIP on to 13 and 4 in the round from Brolin. Now that he's getting switched on, Nip have been kicked into high gear. For Fnatic, you've got a couple of key voices going quiet, and the few opportunities they've had to take this over the line have come up short, right? The overzealousness, the kind of urge to close a game out. We've seen that betray teams many a times in the past. And it feels like that's the burden that Fnatic are shouldering right now.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. I wouldn't even say that round where they lose a 4-2 is massive errors, right? They get caught by Hammers, they don't clear Boiler, that's a mistake. But ultimately, they were just re-swinging to trade.
Roy and
Fast
Boiler.
mid, another half buy. Pistols can do it. 5-7 with armor, can churn through 2 as Nikados finds his Deke headshot as well. Roy buying time, will just bound out for now. Hampus collects his kill, and the Molotov confirms that second player cannot push any further.
I love this from Crims. I love that. It looked like he wanted to push, and then he goes, "No, I'm just not gonna throw the round away." Like he realizes that's been the problem, giving over too many fights, and so he backs out of there to play the 4v3. And because he leaves the apartments, that's the only reason he's here, to get that kill onto Alexi B. Down in the pit, Crims holds on. S-Tag dead, and Crims finds them.